Okay, I'm preparing. I have had a request from John about how to draw the planes of the head, or also the Asaro head. So I'm going to prepare a video for you, John, and for you all guys to see about how to draw it. But in the meanwhile, because I have other videos to answer first, in the other requests to answer first. In the meanwhile. You can take a look at my book because I have a, a chapter dedicated to the head where I show the steps of how to draw the head, right? So I'm gonna go over it quickly. So this is how you do it. You take what I like to do is measuring. Imagine this is the real thing, not the drawing, right? So what I do, I measure from a distance, of course. How many times, for example, the width fits into the height. One, two, about half, right? 1.5. So now the ratio height to width is 1.5. So I establish the width, and then 2.5 widths. I find now that the box, right? This is the box, right? The box that contains the form. After that, I'm gonna I will start looking for more landmarks along the main vertical. This is a method used in cast drawing, right? So the main vertical is a line along which, and it's not necessarily the center line, actually almost never the center line, a line along which a few landmarks are positioned, right? In this case, I find that I have here the brow ridge, right? I have here the passage from, so the brow ridge or the glabella here, the passage from the front to the top, right? I have the, and so on, the nose, the mouth, etc. I measured them, I blocked them in there. Maybe not as neatly as in here, but this has to be a clear drawing. So after that, what I start to do it, so now I have, I start sculpting, almost carving out more details about the feature of the head. So the main angles, right, that I still obtain as measurement, I look at where is this point, and I merge them. So you see how the head is kind of taking shape, right? Eventually, I find more and more points defining, so the side plane, the front plane, the top plane, the brow ridge, and I end up with a very neat and clean line drawings. So it's easy to do this, easier, let's say, to do this exercise as a head study with this head, with the planes of the head, because the sculpture that this very very useful mannequin already identified planes of the head, right? So I'm not going to worry about curvatures. I'm just going to identify the dominant planes of the head. Once I have a line drawing of this, what I could do, this is the exercise that I propose for you guys to do, is to make photocopies of this, just as a line drawing, and then imagine, you don't even have to have the real thing, imagine a light source coming, let's say, from this direction. Because the planes of the head are so neatly defined, I can imagine what the light is doing and what the shadow mass is going to be. So I can imagine also, let's say, in another blank, when I'm done with this, take another blank like that, and then imagine the light coming from here, or coming from here, or coming from here, coming from behind. So I can study the head and in relation to the light and shadow just out of my head. Of course, you can also do this with the real mannequin by putting the light source from in different directions and then copying simply the light source. But trying to do this from imagination is the exercise that I propose, because it forces you to think in terms of planes that are directed toward the light or tangent to the light or away from the light. So again, I will be making a specific video just for that, but for now you could look it up in my book or just follow the video.